If it's in Hampton Roads, it's on the Hampton Roads Show.
Good Friday morning, everybody, and welcome to the Hampton Roads Show. Our live audience today is from the Beachcombers Corvette Club in Virginia Beach. And, of course, they arrived in a Corvette convoy. Coming up a little later, we'll find out how you can get a closer look at all these American-made muscle cars and support a great cause.
On the next Healthy in Hampton Roads, we're getting our hands dirty at a community garden. I'll let you know how you can get involved, and I'll even show you how I got my start.
And get ready for a heaping helping of Southern flavor from the one and only Ragin' Cajun. Comedian John Morgan is here, and that means it will get crazy in here.
John.
Also, it's a live music Friday. Today we're happy to have Nate Sachs. He's the winner of the Sea-Level Singer-Songwriter Festival Emerging Artist Contest. He's going to show us the talent that won him the title a little bit later.
And we have a very special guest with us today. Where did he go? Subway spokesman.
Hey!
Has a healthy living message to share with us, and it goes way beyond eating healthy.
That's cool.
It just popped out.
I hope he brought his before pants. Do you still carry the before pants around? They're somewhere. The Smithsonian at some point is going to get the Jared from Subway's before pants.
Top secret on Lock and Key. What a great Friday show. Fridays are always super fun around here.
This is going to be good.
Yes, clock is ticking though. So let's get, I mean, I don't know how we're going to pack it all in an hour, but we are going to do our hot topics because that's fun and it's the way that we get our audience involved. And we're tying it in with Melanie Woodrow's Healthy in Hampton Roads package today about gardening. You know, so we want to know, are you into it? Because one thing we've learned over the last couple of years is you don't need to be a farmer to, you know, grow your own foods. You don't need a lot of space. Look at that, you know, an example. And these community gardens are a great way for people living in apartment complexes or places where they really don't feel like they have a lot of space to get out there and be able to grow things. And they're popping up in cities all over Hampton Roads.
Do you have a green thumb?
I try. I grow tomatoes. I'm very, our basil and string beans were good.
Ah, the herb garden,
The peppers never kind of showed up. The cucumbers fizzled and dried on the vine.
Easiest thing to grow, though. Maybe you don't have them in the right sun.
Maybe, I don't, probably.
Look at you. Well, clearly.
The cucumbers were
you
just...
have a green thumb.
I love getting out in the garden. I love getting the hands dirty.
Yeah, I'll do more, though, because one thing I realized is we did it in containers out where the kids play, and they were just eating the green beans raw, like right off the vine, and I was thinking, all right.
Do you have any house plants? Because that's the biggest thing. The first thing that goes, house plants. Boom.
Yeah, but it's, you know, to making sure they're watered and then you don't come home and they're just like fizzled away. There is a little plot of land right in front of the house, but I haven't gotten out there. I would love to.
Yeah.
But maybe I can learn something today.
Do you like tomatoes?
I love tomatoes.
Then plant tomatoes, man.
I love
Nothing
tomatoes.
gives back more than tomatoes.
What is it, the topsy-turvy?
What are you growing?
What am I growing?
There's a better way.
Just grow it in your house.
What are you growing?
I have a hydroponic farm at the house. We have water.
Fancy.
We've got everything's growing in water upside down. It's amazing at our house. You should come over. We'll feed you the Reckling style.
I'm not coming over. I'm not going to be there when the police come. What are you growing in your hydroponic operation?
You can eat it. They're all vegetables.
Yeah, you're still
name it.
You're still not getting yourself out of the hydroponic
water.
water.
I do love the great outdoors and growing just about anything. If you have the time, you got to make the time, and you got to water it. You got to water it. You got to have a rain barrel in your backyard. You got to conserve energy and water and whatever. Let's get to it.
Now flowers, on the other hand, growing up, we had a little plot in the front, and I used to
annuals or perennials?
with my
I
dad.
can never keep that
and we
straight.
would make a big A for Aaron Bureau. Isn't that cool?
Double A for you.
Cute like Disney
Just
World.
A. Yeah, that's it. Then it
All
was-
those shrubs are in animal shapes and stuff. Like that.
Perennials or
Edward
annuals?
Scissorhands.
Perennials or annuals?
I don't know. I always forget whether annual means that it comes back every year or you plant every year.
You plant every year an annual. Perennial comes back.
Are you catching the tone
am.
here?
He's
out of
like,
Chris
yo,
today?
ladies.
I'm going to
know.
bust you. I'm going to go over there. We're going to talk some plants today, man.
Okay. You
What was
never
the name of
know.
your garden again? The
Hydroponic.
Hydroponic growing operation is what he said.
We're going to have to scope that out.
Everything's upside down in the house.
Undercover.
All right, well, we want to know, do you have a green thumb? Do you garden like Mr. Reckling over here? Let us know your thoughts. You can join in on the conversation on our Facebook page, or you can follow us on Twitter at @HR_show.
You know, the most important thing you need to do when you have a garden is keep everything watered.
But it would be nice if you just got regular intervals of rain and sun and just
that
didn't
way,
have to
you
get out
know
there
what, maybe this
Just
is the
monitor
weekend
it.
for that regular interval.
for rain, yeah.
You have a green thumb, Jeremy?
Green thumb? Yeah. Well, no, I guess not. I
But I'm
have a pink thumb. Two pink thumbs.
Yeah. tan from?
No, actually, I don't know. It varies. The soil around here is kind of tough in some parts of the area to grow things, so you really have to put a lot of effort in it. I'm from Illinois. We got mollisols, which is a great soil if you don't know, and you can grow. You can just you throw a potato on the ground and probably grow into a plant and a beanstalk in the next 24 hours. But here it's like grow. Nothing.
That's what cows are for, man.
I bet you know the difference between annuals and perennials, though.
Yeah, to a degree.
Look at that.
To a degree. I mean, I don't know the big difference.
I think he knows what hydroponics are.
I know what hydroponics are.
He knows hydroponics are.
Water-based growing.
That's right, grow them in water.
Feeling like there's some ganging up happening today, right now on the set.
I think there's too much nerdism right now. You're being too nerdy, so we need to settle down. Let's take a look at the simple forecast for you.
Chris.
All right. Let's look at it. 73 today. Nice weather after we had that fog this morning. It's slowly burning off, but boy, it took a while. Partly cloudy skies today. And then tomorrow, most of the day's rain-free. Some late showers and storms. Highs in the low 80s. Really going to warm it up. Sunday is wet. It's going to be a soaker. 1 to 2 inches of rain coming down. If you got outdoor plans, cancel them. It's going to be pretty nasty. And then Sunday night and Monday, the winds will pick up then. And look at those temperatures. Upper 50s for highs on Monday. So we got big changes coming for this weekend. All right, let's throw out the pop quiz for today and have some fun. Here you go. To make fun of. Please don't do that. To make fun of is the first clue. Speed of sound, dropped from a tall structure and found at the garden, question mark, question mark, question mark. Put those clues together at thehamptonroadshow.com and submit your answer.
Why is everybody laughing?
Because we like your cute little concentrating face.
Yeah, she makes that
brown. All right. Today's winner, if you know the answer, is going to receive a pair of tickets to see the very funny comedian John Morgan, a.k.a. the Raging Cajun, Sunday night at 7 o'clock at the Virginia Beach Funny Bone. Plus, you get a prize pack from the film The Lucky One, which is now in theaters.
Hey, we're just getting started this morning on the Hampton Road Show. Up next, Jared Fogle became the face of Subway restaurants for adopting a healthy lifestyle and sticking with it.
Up next, he's going to join us in studio to talk about another healthy living initiative that is happening right now in Hampton Roads.
And then Melanie Woodrow's here with the brand new Earth Day edition of Healthy in Hampton Roads. She's not afraid to get dirty and find out what goes into growing greener and sustainable living through community gardens. Woo! We're back on the Hampton Road Show now, and we're joined by a couple of folks you know very well. Officer Hudson is back once again from the Norfolk Police Department. We always see you when you're spearheading or speaking for the department on behalf of good community events. And also, folks know the world-famous Jared Fogle, the face of Subway and an advocate for healthy eating and healthy living, here along with Officer Daniel Hudson today to talk about another Subway Healthy Living initiative, something that's very important to us here at WAVY TV, and it's all about getting folks to realize they should wait to text when they're behind the wheel.
Absolutely, yeah. It's ironically on the Today Show on national TV this morning, they had a huge segment about teenage drivers who don't always having the healthiest habits when they're behind the wheel.
Yeah.
They're very distracted, and what can happen because of that. So ties in really well with this. But yeah, this is all the Subway franchisees here in the Hampton Roads area really got behind this program as a community service effort to really try to educate and encourage, especially young drivers, to wait to text, essentially, so that you're not picking up your cell phone while you're driving, you're definitely not texting while you're driving, and to also share with them the dangers that are involved that a lot of times they don't even realize because they're so used to texting all the time, they're so used to being on their phone all the time. This is a problem that didn't even exist a few years ago,
That's right.
but is a major problem now that we really need to deal with. And I said, on behalf of Subway, it's exciting to be here and getting a chance to share the message with the kids today around the area, and also encourage them just the importance of that there's nothing that's too urgent that it needs to be looked at while you're driving.
Officer Hudson, it's Distracted Driving Awareness Month.
Yes.
What would you say to teenagers as somebody who unfortunately in your line of work, sees those bad results sometimes, as well as working on the prevention?
That's right. Don't think you're invincible when you're driving. That's the unfortunate thing we see. People who get behind the wheel, especially teenagers, don't think it can happen to them. But it does, unfortunately. An average text, receiving or sending a text, takes approximately 4 seconds. That's an equivalent if you're driving 55 miles an hour blindfolded through a football field, all the way down. So that distracted driving can lead into accidents, which we do see.
Yeah, a football field with a bunch of other cars on the road and people, and people have to think about their passengers and things like that.
You see somebody swerving on the road nowadays. Back a few years ago, you might think they were drinking. Now you almost assume they're texting or they're on the internet on their phone or whatever. So it's sort of changed quite a bit, and I sort of liken it to how seatbelts maybe used to be as well. Everyone nowadays wears a seatbelt. It didn't used to be that way. Well, we're hoping the same thing, we can create some positive change here. And we're actually going to be offering these really cool yellow thumb bands that you have on now as well.
I do.
These are going to be available at all your local Subway restaurants here in the Hampton Roads area starting today, free of charge. Just stop by, pick one up. But we're hoping that especially the younger drivers wear these while they're driving as sort of a physical reminder not to text while they're driving. But if they do try to pick up their phone and text, it almost makes it impossible having this kind of a band around your thumb. So we're hoping just that's going to hopefully help them in a little bit of, and instead of create those healthier habits now.
Well, allow me to gift you one of our WAVY TV.
Why, yes, I can double up now. Look at that. See?
I mean, it's got to mean something when you see, yourself, Subway getting involved. We've got our own Wait to Text campaign going on here at WAVY TV. You said you saw it on the Today Show this morning. What does that tell you, Officer Hudson, about the importance of this issue when it's, it seems to be popping up everywhere?
Unfortunately, we're seeing it. We're seeing a rise in it. And it's great to see people getting behind these initiatives to stop these things from happening. Unfortunately, in recent years, we've had over 5,000 fatalities involving motor vehicles with distracted drivers. Over 400,000 people getting injured in the Commonwealth of Virginia as a result of distracted driving. It's unfortunate that you are 23 more times likely to get in an accident if you are texting while driving. And we need to get that stopped.
And that's staggering, that number, because they say you're 6 times more likely if you're driving impaired by drugs or alcohol. 6 times. 23 times more likely. And we judge people who drive impaired. As citizens we kind of do. But the texting, maybe, it's really a choice to honor your own life, the lives of your passengers and the people around you. So for you, Jared, what made you want to get involved, and how do you think it fits in, and how's it been resonating so far? Because you got a second chance on life with your weight loss, and we need these kids to realize, they have so much to do in life.
That's sort of the way I sort of approach it. I've been very fortunate over the years. Obviously, I lost the 245 pounds, eating the Subway sandwiches twice a day and walking, and I've had to weight off now for 13 years and really did get that second chance, and many times over, actually, and feel very fortunate and very lucky to have the job I have. My ads have become a big part of pop culture, for better or for worse. And the high school kids and the middle school kids and the young 20-somethings really love the ads. It's sort of a cool thing to them, and for whatever reason, it's made it to that point. And to be able to be a positive influence, and the fact that they know me as Jared the Subway guy, and I'm not just an adult, I'm not just a teacher or somebody else telling them something. Because hopefully it carries a little bit more meaning to them, and they'll take the message a little bit more to heart. And if we can save a number of lives at the same time, it's even all the better.
And you're a dad now too.
I am.
So when you've got that little baby in the baby seat all strapped in, and you've done your part to keep them safe, wouldn't it be nice if every driver around you was also doing theirs?
It changes your perspective quite a bit when you have your own kids, and we want to make sure we raise him with the right habits and give him the best chance at life too. So.
All right. Lots of reasons to get involved in the Wait to Text campaign. We'll have more information on that this morning, and you're going to stick around?
Yes.
So we can build some Subway sandwiches.
We are. A big contest coming up. I can't wait.
All right. Thanks to you. Thanks, Officer Hudson, for coming back once again.
Thanks for having me.
Jared lost 245 pounds. Oh my gosh.
And he's kept it off for 13 years. That's awesome.
That's pretty amazing. I have a feeling half of the way he did it was by eating healthy and lots of vegetables.
Yeah.
Which you grow in your garden.
Green thumbs out. Of course, Earth Day, is on Sunday. So we just wanted to know, do you plant? Do you get out there and do you grow your own vegetables and herbs? Let's see. Facebook, James Gilchrist, he says, I do my part every single day, which is good. You should, try to take care of the earth at some point in your day. I'm an artist who only uses recycled mediums. I am currently seeking a way to recycle cigarette butts. And you remember Cheryl did that. What's your problem on when you put it out and you just toss it out? What happens to it?
I saw somebody yesterday just casually toss out that cigarette.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Louisa Coleman, she says, in honor of Earth Day, we are keeping as many lights off as possible in places where they are less needed on Saturday and Monday, as we are closed on Earth Day itself. A thing like a lot of people don't realize, if you turn the lamp off and it's still plugged in, you're still
using electricity.
Energy, electricity. So I try to just go through and unplug everything if I'm not going to be using it. If I'm not there all day, what's the point of having it plugged in?
The great thing about being a parent is you can teach kids the beauty and joy of gardening, and you can do it inside. I told you about hydroponics. Cut a potato, put the toothpicks in it, put it in water, and watch it grow.
Really?
Yeah, just go to water.
You have to bring some pictures in. All right, thank you for buzzing in. We're going to read some more comments later on throughout the show, but a couple events that we want to make you aware of tomorrow. First, it is a bone marrow drive that's going to be in Chesapeake.
That's right. Grassville High School is hosting it tomorrow for Brian Collister. He is a freshman at Old Dominion. For the last 6 years, Brian has been struggling with Crohn's disease, and then in February of this year, just a week before his 18th birthday, Brian was diagnosed with a rare form of white blood cell cancer. Only 50 new cases are diagnosed in the world each year. The combination of the Crohn's disease and the cancer is life-threatening, and what he needs now is a bone marrow transplant, but be the first. They have to find that donor. If you can go out, please know that all it is a simple swab in the cheek. It is Saturday at Grassfield High School between 10 and 4 o'clock at 2007 Grizzly Trail in Chesapeake. For more information, log on to www.helpsavebrian.org. It is the national registry. You have a 1 in 80,000 chance to be a donor, but it's an easy way to save a life, and Brian needs it. Yesterday they had one at Old Dominion. 190 kids signed up. It's a neat thing, so go out and help save a life.
And we were showing you the website. That was him actually on that, the helpsavebrian.org, so make sure you go check that out if you can. It'd be a great cause.
Yes, it is. Also, tomorrow, if you've got a lot of confidential paperwork left over from tax season, how about shredding some of it? You can clean out the clutter and help feed some local families.
That's right. WAVY TV 10 is once again partnering with the Woohoo Sisters from 11 in the morning until 1 in the afternoon. Stop by the Farm Fresh Kings Grant on Virginia Beach Boulevard. You can bring up to 5 boxes or 5 bags of paper to shred. We just ask that you bring along $5 or 5 cans of food. Those donations are going to go to the Food Bank of Southeastern Virginia. Our face of Fox 43, Tracy Page, and 10 on Your Sides, Ann McNamara, are going to be out there to help with all that heavy lifting.
All right, we're just a few days away from Earth Day, and in honor of Going Green, 10 on Your Sides, Melanie Woodrow is back with this month's installment of Healthy in Hampton Roads. Welcome back.
Well, hello there, Carrie. So community gardens are a great way to promote sustainability. They are fun, economical, and as I discovered, accessible to just about anyone. The folks over at 5 Points Community Garden in Norfolk are educating others about gardening, making them healthy in Hampton Roads. Whether you have a green thumb,
I could be having a stressful day at work, and when I get out here, within minutes, I'm completely relaxed.
or you're just green when it comes to gardening.
I've got this guy.
Okay.
You're going to have to show me how to use this.
A community garden can be a great place to grow.
Our garden doesn't have fences for a reason. We want the community to feel engaged and to feel like they can come in and ask questions.
Susie Stelmazek was more than happy to answer all of mine, like why community gardening helps the environment.
Here, this time of year, your tomatoes are coming from Florida or California, and we're paying for the gas for that.
And how the garden gives back.
This is the bed I'm most excited about. In this bed, we grow produce for nonprofit organizations.
I was sold, but Susie had one final pitch.
It's really gratifying to be able to pull a carrot out of the ground and know that you grow it. And
so I called the garden guy. That's my nickname for Eric Stormer, horticulture extension agent for the Virginia Cooperative Extension. Part of Eric's job includes educating newbies like me.
Whenever you can, you want to get the weeds out, and you need to remove the weeds by the root as much as possible.
Oh, I nearly took out the camera lens. Then Eric showed me how to turn the soil. Well, actually, he told me.
I didn't bring a shovel. I don't know.
I learned my tomatoes, peppers, and beans need space.
So just gently fill in. When you're about halfway full, when the hole's about halfway full, you want to water it.
They also need a little bit of lime to balance the soil's pH and fertilizer to grow. The more work I did, the more excited I got about growing my own food.
I'm excited for you. I love it. I mean, I've seen kids come out here who didn't know what a potato was and pulled one out of the ground and their eyes almost popped out of their heads. Like, this comes out of the ground. I mean, it's such an amazing thing to see that someone make that connection for the first time.
No matter how old that someone might be.
And I won't give my age today, but it's good to finally get out there, and I did really enjoy it. So my new friend Eric Stormer is here again to talk about how basically anybody could create a community garden even within a pot.
Certainly, anything is possible. This is a great idea. What we have today is a couple of different containers. Melanie's been working diligently on getting her vegetables in. What we have here is a plastic pot, which is great because it's going to absorb some of the heat from the sun. It's a dark color. It's going to warm your soil, so that's wonderful because we need that. It's going to absorb and also hold moisture very readily. We got some tomatoes. This is a Juliet tomato. This is a salad tomato. It's considered also a grape tomato. A little bit different from your cherry tomatoes. It actually produces a lot of sugar. It's an indeterminate variety, so it's going to grow all season until it's cut down by frost.
Which is why we staked it And we'll get to that in a moment. I want to talk to folks, too, about the fact that we put pine cones at the bottom, which is a sustainable option, and tell everybody why we want to put something at the bottom, how that helps with drainage.
Well, we need to make sure that the drain holes aren't plugged, basically. So this is a great material. It's a lot of peat moss. It's got some perlite in it. It improves your drainage and your airflow, but it also can clog up the small drainage holes. So the purpose of this is to actually prevent those holes from being clogged and ensure you have appropriate drainage. And that's the big thing. We also have a few beans that we're going to plant in here. This is a bush bean, and you could probably get a few different crops, and we'll just put them about a ½ inch deep in each container. And we'll simply water these in if you want to do that right now.
Yeah, sure.
A little bit of moisture is a good idea, and keeping the plant evenly moist will ensure that it grows and it doesn't drop any buds, and you'll get better fruit set that way.
All right, so we're running a little tight on time, so I just want to get over here. So I'm going to put in one of our leftover peppers that we had, and I would want to dig, I know, a little bit of a hole here. How deep do we want to go?
Oh, probably you could plant that as much as 1 inch deeper than it was in the surface when you got it. Either that or just plant it at the surface level will be fine. And this isn't going to get probably, you know, easily 2 feet, maybe 3 feet tall if it has a long enough growing season. These are both actually tropical perennial plants, so they would grow indefinitely if we didn't get any cold weather, and that would turn into a small shrub if it was given enough time.
All right, terrific. I will put these outside of the station, and that way I'll be able to keep an eye on them.
Sounds great.
All right, very excited about all of this. So the 5 Points Community Garden still has plots available to lease. They're always looking for volunteers to help work on the community beds, and you can even just stop by and take some mint from the herb garden. They have a lot of mint, actually. So we're putting all of the resources and contact information on our website, and that way you can find a community garden where you live. Happy gardening, and we will see you on the next Healthy in Hampton Roads.
Some great tips there.
Yeah.
I like that. All right, still ahead on the Hampton Road Show. There's a whole lot of horsepower in the house today. Thanks to the folks from the Beachcombers Corvette Club. Will tell us how to get up close and personal to these American-made beauties while helping out a great cause.
And don't forget our pop quiz today. Today's winner gets a pair of tickets to see comedian John Morgan, the Raging Cajuns, Sunday night at 7 o'clock at the Virginia Beach Funny Bone, plus a prize pack from the film The Lucky One, now in theaters. Log on to thehamptonroadshow.com, click the pop quiz button on the top right-hand corner of the screen. Good luck.
All right, welcome back. A few minutes ago, Melanie Woodrow got us started on a mission to grow greener by showing us how to get your soil ready for your favorite plants. Now we're going to learn more about what kinds of plants are great for growing in Hampton Roads. Les Parks, General Manager from Smithfield Gardens and Landscaping, knows a lot about that. Les, welcome to the Hampton Road Show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Good morning.
So all things garden, going green this week on the Hampton Road Show. What do you have for us?
Well, now that we know how to plant, I thought we would mention a couple things. A lot of people like to start from seeds, and some things are very easy to grow from seeds. They come up within a couple of days. Some people might be a little bit more impatient, and then you start with bigger things, like these big potted tomatoes, or what's called a cell pack, which usually has a couple different kinds in it.
That's like 8
That's got
6?
3 in it.
3, okay,
Yep.
3, gotcha.
And I wanted to mention, we talked about tomatoes earlier, and a lot of tomatoes have built-in disease resistance, so when you shop for tomatoes, you want to look for tomatoes that are disease resistant. Some, they mentioned, were indeterminate, which means they'll go all summer, and some are determinate. You just get one big crop and that's it. I also brought some strawberries, which are kind of nice because they're perennial. They'll come back every year.
Those come back.
Yep.
We learned that in the morning
Yes,
from Chris.
most other vegetables are not. And I did want to mention that with summer heat getting here, there are a few things that you want to go ahead and get in the ground now before the heat gets here, and that would be lettuces, which is right here. They don't like hot weather. Everything else I have does like hot weather. Your beans and your peppers and your tomatoes all love hot weather.
So this is, what would you say is like the perfect time to start getting everything in the ground?
Typically, our last frost date is April 15th, although I think this year it was March 15th. So you want to get them in after the frost. And then the other thing I brought along were some herbs. And I love herbs because not only they flavor the food, and I really like to eat, but a lot of the herbs are perennial. They'll come back every year, and they also look nice, so you can put them in with your other ornamental stuff.
So you just put them in once, and then you just, tend to your garden, and then they pop back up after the frost.
Herbs are mostly native to the Mediterranean area, so they really like it hot and steamy, and sometimes they do really well in full sun, but there are a couple that like partial shade, but you need to have a good amount of sun for them.
Now, I'm sure a lot of people, of course, with the summertime, we have the mosquitoes and the insects.
Yes.
What's your advice to folks out there on how to keep them away, or, they're tied to gardening?
Well, I don't like to spray ahead of time, particularly with something that I'm going to eat, so I always try to look for something organic, and I wait till I see a problem, and then I go ahead and take care of it, and I do like to use the organic solutions, and there are a number of them out there.
Okay.
And speaking of organic, I also like to use organic fertilizers to really boost the productivity of your vegetable garden.
What are some vegetables that you can put in the ground that don't really require a lot of sun?
There aren't that many, but lettuces are a good choice. And then also in the herbs, the nasturtiums can take a little bit of shade too.
Okay. And we know coming up, your Historic Garden Week in Virginia, really quick, talk about that.
Absolutely. That's a big deal all across the state. Different localities have garden tours all next week, actually starting tomorrow through next Saturday. And it's a great opportunity to see some historic homes, some beautiful gardens. It's just a great event.
All right, well, get your green thumb ready. Of course, you can visit Les at Smithfield Gardens in Suffolk. You can also visit them online, smithfieldgardens.com, or just give them a call, 238-2511. Les, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, our live audience today is from the Beachcombers Corvette Club of Virginia Beach, and tomorrow morning you can check out the classic Chevy Power and Support Relay for Life at their 11th annual Vets on the Plaza. Here now to tell us more is Keith Reichnauer and Daniel Heitman from the American Cancer Society. We're going to start with you, Keith, and we're going to talk about vets. You brought a whole bunch of beauties out there today. What is it about this car that you guys love?
Well, first, it's America's sports car. They're a great car to drive. It's all American built. Okay, this is America's sports car.
They first rolled out in 1953. There's been 6 generations, the 7th coming out in a couple years. Okay. What do you know about that, and how exciting is that?
We know absolutely nothing about that. Matter of fact, several of us were just out at the Corvette plant this past week, and they have a big wrap on what's going to happen in Generation 7.
Okay, Vets on the Plaza. Tell me about the event. I know it's at Scope, and you plan a lot of beauties out there, don't you?
This is our first year to hold our annual charity event at Scope on the Plaza. We're expecting between 80 and 100 Corvettes. The event is free and open to the public. All of the money that's raised for Relay comes from the Corvette owners. We expect a large crowd, and we hope a lot of people will come out and see us as well.
Okay, you get to see some beautiful cars, and you also get to benefit a great cause. And right now, this is Daniel Heitman from the American Cancer Society. Tell me about Relay for Life and how important this event is.
Well, we're just so thankful to them for putting this on for us. Relay for Life of Harbor Park is coming up on June 23rd and 24th, and it's the largest relay in the state of Virginia. So we're really excited to have all these fundraisers to raise money in support of finding a cure for cancer.
Okay, listen, I know these cars go really fast. What's the speedometer in your car go up to?
200 miles an hour.
How fast have you gotten? The cops gone. The police have gone.
Are you sure they're gone?
Yeah, they're gone. How fast have you gotten your car?
We do the speed limit whenever possible.
Very well done, Keith. All right, Vets on the Plaza is tomorrow at 9 a.m. from Scope. Benefits Relay for Life. Go out there. It's for free to the public. Check out these beauties. It's an amazing car, an American classic. We'll check out you guys later, and have a great weekend, guys.
Well, still
Look at John Morgan.
He just popped in. He's one of our most interesting.
I should be over there. There's already got color on this couch. I really need to be on that.
All right, we're going to talk to the Raging Cajun when we come back. Welcome back.
Good to see you.
All right, we're back on the Hampton Road Show with one of our favorites. We're not supposed to play favorites, but we really can't help it when John Morgan comes around. We love you. We're so glad you came back.
You know, y'all got the set looking good. We added a few more things. Looked like y'all went shopping at the Bombay House or something like that. Looking good. And you got a nice looking gentleman on here.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. He's sporting a little gray too, you know.
Well, just a little.
Yeah. Well, brother, really? Really had to say that? We got half the Corvette Club that look like a gray rug out there, and you go start talking negative about the gray?
I'm not.
This is ridiculous.
I'm not.
It is. You look good, man. You look good.
So I shaved it a month ago.
Oh, really?
Went total bald.
Did you go bald for a reason? Like because
I did for cancer research, pediatric cancer. You know, just did right here on the set. Boom, shaved it all off.
I colored mine not too long ago. Gray, for Age Perfection. It's an organization I started. And the gray, I don't know if you know, but dyeing your hair this color is very expensive. The platinum dye, which I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm going to go back to my natural brown.
Well, that's good. That's
so
good.
I won't be dyeing this
Well, I'm going to
anymore.
do the same thing. I'm going to go back to brown.
But I'm figuring if I can let it go all the way gray, I might be able to get one of them vets like outside.
You'd be like Anderson Cooper.
I'm serious. Did
right?
you see that?
Those
pretty guys
sweet.
drive nice car. Anderson Cooper, that's white, girl. That ain't even gray
Have you met me?
I do love being here with you guys. It's nice to see y'all.
This is like the third time you've been here.
It is, and last time I was here, have they had a little Hawaiian dancing thing yet for you?
Oh, that's right.
No, they had the hula for you?
You co-hosted the whole show.
Right, I co-hosted and we had some Hawaiian and we had some,
Yeah.
what was it, jerk chicken?
The dancers.
Something like that. We ate some chicken outside and had a little thing.
That's right. We did go to the patio.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, we went to the patio and had that. That was very fun.
And the ladies hula for you.
And the ladies hulaed, you know. When they brought a man on set, though, what I heard was under the contracts that they weren't going to do that anymore. You're just going to do strictly Subway commercials.
245
Dude, you got good teeth, too, bro. You got good teeth. No wonder y'all hired this dude.
You
married, sir? You married?
I am, but what are you asking?
Yeah, I am.
No, come on, man.
I'm married, too, but let's get it out on the air, man.
No, this is Friday. Let's wait till Saturday or something.
Great.
They found me in the sports department, just back there kicking around. Yeah.
This is much better, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, you kidding?
Man, look at the beauty you get to sit with, huh?
John, I'm the luckiest man in Hampton Roads.
You know it is, too.
I know, but he sees us before the smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, well, I had
happen,
rollers
so,
in the hair. I mean, it's the
Girl,
whole
that's my whole
shebang.
thing.
You like the
rollers?
The rollers and all that?
And smoke and mirrors. As long as I get to play around, you know,
it's
the
funny,
project.
we walk in and everybody's like,
yeah, who is that girl?
Transforms.
And then she rolls in. It's something else. I'm glad you're on set. This is great to have a male perspective. It's been very difficult in other times being on this set, dealing with the ladies, because they're very opinionated.
They are.
And you really don't have a choice but to just to get it out there.
You know, at first it was called the little male perspective, but I had to put a mix on that.
They called you the little male perspective?
They said a little male perspective.
Oh, a little male perspective. I didn't know whether they had a wide lens or something.
It didn't go over well with me.
That's I can understand that. That's why, you know, when they asked me if I'd like to stay a longer time, I really try to say no, because both of them are a little pushy, and but beautiful. And see, that's what beauty makes up. That's why I've never been able to be pushy, because I'm an unattractive man. I like
you're
you know.
not.
Go ahead, say it again.
You are very handsome.
Say it again.
Reel it in.
Say it again.
Do you remember you were here for Fun and Games Week?
Yes.
And we're going to build some Subway sandwiches, too.
Who is?
You are.
I'm going to build?
You have to stick around.
You're going to, I think, supervise. You're going to do the
You're
going to host.
Oh, I'm going to commentary.
Are you
building?
Yeah, it's going to be a food fight.
Are you building?
Oh, yeah.
Really? Who else is building? All of y'all are building?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is so hard. Brother, I'm so rude. Have you ever built a Subway before?
I can make sandwiches.
Rock on. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
This is no PB&J.
You hear the music, the music is rolling. So, see the Raging Cajun at the Virginia Beach Funny Bone. 2 shows tonight at 8 and 10:30, 2 shows tomorrow night, 7 and 9:30, and then 1 show on Sunday at 7. 213-5555 for tickets and info, or log on to vabeachfunnybone.com. More with the Raging Cajun when we come back.
Still ahead, it's Live Music Friday, and today we're happy to have Nate Sachs, winner of the 5th annual Sea-Level Singer-Songwriter Festival Emerging Artist Contest. We'll hear from him and his band, Honey Badger, a little later.
But first, Jared Fogle, the face of Subway restaurants, is going to show us a thing or two of what goes into the perfect sandwich. Stick around as he challenges us to a sandwich building challenge.
It's on. It's on.
Listen up. This is how this works, my people, okay? Ladies and gentlemen at home, God bless y'all for being at this. This is a first, and I'm going to let you know that. One of everything has got to be on this sandwich. You understand? You don't leave out nothing. Do you understand? You don't leave out no chip. You don't leave out no pepper. You put the salt, the pepper, you put the mayo, the mustard.
No,
now, when you are finished, put this What's wrong with you? So you got your hair slick, you just roll up in there.
Okay.
All right, so what happens is this. When they are finished, the hands will go up. Okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, and hit it. All right. Looks like we got a good start going on. Everybody got the top off at least. God bless them on the thing. The peppers are going fast. This is not going to be an evening show you want to be hanging around. Cheese is going on. Jared, I'm trying to make it look pretty. Jared is also doing it very, very neat. Girlfriend, I got to be honest with you. You may be good looking, but that sandwich is ugly as hell. Look at my sister over here. God bless you. Look at the poor white brother having a little problem. That's all right. She looks good. We got the lettuce. Pull it to me.
No, she ain't done. There's no lettuce on there.
No,
there's no condiments.
Look at this, brother. Thank you for not only looking at your sandwich, but hers too.
What about?
We got 1 and 2.
What about sauce? If you guys put your little sauces on it.
Peppers on it.
Nobody back on the sandwich. She done ripped the sandwich away.
Cheese on there.
The sandwich has been ripped in half. I got napkins on.
Impossible to open with gloves. How do you open these with gloves?
Oh my goodness.
jalapeno.
Oh my goodness. Now at this time, ladies and gentlemen, it's very important to take a look at this cat got napkins on it. Oh my God.
You said everything on the table. So I'm the only one who's going to win here. Everybody else is going to be disqualified.
The kids will be eating napkins at night. Jared, flip the bread over, my brother. Flip the bread over. Flip the bread over. That's good.
So we have to open it and show you.
Okay. No, you ain't showing me nothing. I seen that sandwich. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I'd like to let you know. This has been for a good cause. And you know why we're doing it? It's to remind you, I don't know what this got to do with using the telephone in the automobile. But I will let you know this. This man here, let us all pray that God does not bless him with children. Because he's going to choke them. Do you understand?
High fiber.
My baby sister here made it look good, but she ran in a little short on the lateness because she didn't put the, on the top, whatever that was. Jared, brother, my God, man. I mean, you don't have to show me. I saw you make it, Jared. You are not only thin, but you are constructively talented. God bless you. Girlfriend, would you do me a favor? Put your hand right there, lift up that side, and lift up that side. Yeah, she ripped the top of the bread. She did it because she had to lift it up 72 times to put back the lettuce, and then stole things off of this poor man's sandwich. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me explain something to you. This man has been in sports. He's worked with the roughest people in the business.
That's right.
They bring him over here, and this woman steals some things off the sandwich. This is not the way we need to worry about the phone in the car.
How do we look over here, John?
I want to be honest with you, brother. The way you got the peppers laying under the cheese that spread and dripped so gently upon the lettuce, that it lay upon the meat and hold its flavor in a manner for which reminds me, don't use your phone in your car.
Thing of beauty,
I
isn't
also
it, John?
like to let you know there's a woman this morning driving an Escort. It was about an 82 Escort. You was on your phone, girl. License plate VB19762. I'm gonna find you, girl. Go eat a sandwich. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what it's about. Hold yourself together.
Who's the winner?
The winner, by far, without a doubt, is a tie between these two men.
Yeah! John!
Yes.
Jared!
Now that the microphone's off, all right, give me my $5. $5. Oh, we still on? This is a quick runner-up second. My sister came in second also, so we have a tie for second. And that is it. Sir, you've been disqualified. You can't have a napkin and choke a child.
Well, you said everything. I mean, I followed directions.
Well, in that case, lift up the bread, brother. Lift up the bread. Put some folks knives on it. Hey, this is Subway reminding you, do not use your phone in the car.
Wait to text.
That's right. All right. Hey, you know what? The only thing we can do better than this is have some live music. We have Nate Sachs, winner of the Sea Level Festival Emerging Artist Showcase. He's here with his band, Honey Badger. We'll chat with him in just a minute, but check this out. This is really good stuff. Take it away, guys.
All right, thank you, guys. This song is called Petty Monsters.
Time that we scrap the act and stop acting like brats. I know we're on the cusp of a life full of accidents, so we have to skip out and reside in a place full of constant reminders of what could have been, what will be in time. Oh, I don't know if I can explain how to live your life and conquer man-made land, all owned by petty monsters. Well, I think it's about time that you scrap the act and start saving the rest of your time for me. I don't ask for much, just a woman's touch, 'cause the silence is not enough. Shy, but not too shy. A bad hair day, another star in your eye. Who can't relate? We've all had troubled times. Don't ball it up inside. You will reside. place full of constant reminders of what could have been, what will be in time. Oh, I don't know if I can explain how to live your life and conquer. Yeah, man, things and land, all owned by petty monsters. Oh, you got your land, you got your faith. No need to be patient. You got your land, you got your faith. How can you be so complacent when you got your land, you got your love, so easily conquered? You got your land, you got your love, all owned by petty monsters. You got your land, you got your faith, you got your love, get your way. You got your land, got your faith, got your love, get your way. You got your land, you got your faith, you got your love, get your way. You got your land, you got your faith, you got your love, get your way. You got your land, you've got your faith, you got your love, you get your way. You've got your land, you've got your faith, you've got your love, you get your way. You've got your land, you've got your faith, you've got your love, you get your way. You've got your land, you've got your faith, you've got your love, you get your way.
All right, that is Nate Sachs and Honey Badger. Nate, great job. Who do you got with you?
Thanks a lot. This is Katie Long on bass, on upright bass, and this is Hunter Rhodes on percussion.
What did it mean to you to win the Sea Level Singer-Songwriter Festival?
It meant so much because it was the third time I had been in it, so it was, third time's the charm. You had to win it, so really excited.
Okay, where can people see you play?
People can see me play at the Cuddy Sark Marina in Ocean View this next Saturday, and I'm in a band called Passengers. We're playing at Stockley Gardens, and also Honey Badger will be on Beach Street out at Oceanfront this summer.
Awesome.
Come check us out.
Nate Sachs and Honey Badger. We're coming back for another one in just a moment, so stick around.
All right, thanks again to the Corvette Club for being with us today. Don't forget all the details about their fundraiser for Relay for Life.
That's right. Beachcombers, Vets on the Plaza, Saturday at Scope.
Hey, we'll learn a lot about
back there.
I'm just having a fun.
We're the upper class, so we're into the higher seats here.
Cheap seats back here.
Hey, we did a lot of Going Green Week this week on the Hampton Roads Show. I want to thank Melanie for her Healthy in Hampton Roads. Also, Les from Smithville Garden have all that information on the website. And want to show you, this is part of our giveaway. Of course, they're going to win tickets to go see you Sunday. And then, because this movie was shot in Louisiana, it's a Jambalaya starter kit.
Oh, the lucky one.
The little, you get an apron and all that good stuff.
Very
Make
nice.
some jambalaya, some
Isn't
gumbo.
that sweet as can be, babe?
Oh, thanks again to Jared Fogle, of course, for coming from Subway today. We appreciate you being here to talk about the Wait Text campaign.
Absolutely.
Right.
All right, let's give the answer to the pop quiz. So here are the clues in case you missed it the first time. To make fun of, and speed of sound, drop from a tall structure and found at the garden, question mark, question mark, question mark. You got an answer for this?
Yes.
Yeah, you do? You know
Yes, I do.
Okay, fine. What is it?
It's fine. Fine. Yeah, we play fine then.
Fine.
It's the Mock Tower.
Oh, you got it.
Busch
That's right. Yeah, I
Gardens.
can't stump you, Fury. You always get that. Mock Tower. So make
Always gets it right, John.
And then the tower. It's a ride at Busch Gardens.
Always gets it
Why
right.
does it mean
that look?
Because I seen her in the back, and it's about time to expose her for what really takes place. I seen her in the back behind that little the cabinet y'all put outside with the producer. She gets this every time. She's like, "I'll be right back. I gotta go." She goes, gets the answer. Now let me tell you something. Pretty don't take it. Cheat. This is ridiculous.
It's very hard on me.
I'm going to the evening show after this.
Oh, man, we had a lot of fun. Of course, we're going to leave you with more from Nate Sachs. He is the winner of the Sea Level Singer-Songwriter Festival Emerging Artist Contest. Thank you all for being here. Have a great weekend.
Honey
Take
Badger.
it away.
See y'all.
This is my song, Hard Goodbye.